I'm here with Hunter Henderson at the 35th Annual Steve Karr Classic. She's just checked in. Welcome.
Welcome. Hi. Thank you. So happy to be here.
Yes, so you've had a long season. You've been in prep since when?
Oh, goodness. So I started prep for Tampa back in March. So basically the entire year I have been grinding away.
And tell us what just happened a few weeks ago at the Olympia.
At the Olympia, my second time around this year, I got 10th. So top 10 in the world.
Amazing. And you just, I believe it was last February, I saw you at the gym, and that's when you fully committed to go from powerlifting to bodybuilding, right?
Yes. So I started out powerlifting. I was a powerlifter for 7 years. And then one day I was, cutting weights to make a weight class, and I was like, you know what, I want to try bodybuilding. Why not? Mm-hmm. At least, just to say that I had done it, and I went for it, got my pro card. But I was, hopping back and forth between the two sports. You're a multi-sport athlete as well, so you understand. But I just felt like it was taking too long, like I was prolonging certain goals, hopping back and forth. Because, it takes time to get lean. It takes time to build strength. So I want to kind of pour everything into bodybuilding and see where I can go with that first. And then eventually I would like to go back to powerlifting. There's still some goals on the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the process in kind of you deciding to go all in? Did it take a long time? Did you do like pros and cons? I know you're really analytical.
Yeah. So even with powerlifting, I still followed a diet because I had to make a weight class. So that transition the structure transition wasn't hard. And I just kind of, fell into, the process. I just kind of assimilated, and it wasn't too difficult. I will say, adjusting the training, mainly my ego. That was hard.
Yeah.
Because now I'm benching 150, granted with much more higher intention and better execution, but I'm almost a 400-pound bencher. So to take that hit on the ego, that part was hard for sure.
Yeah. So I asked John Jewett this question yesterday.
Okay.
What is harder, the last few weeks of powerlifting prep or last few weeks of bodybuilding prep? Maybe not this prep because you've been in prep for so long, but maybe like the Tampa or the Grand Prix you did.
I would say, man, it's hard because they're so different. Powerlifting is really hard physically, just because those last few weeks you are testing your strength. Basically, you're hitting those last few heavy lifts. Whereas bodybuilding is more mental game. It's so close. It's right there. So that's a tough question to answer. I would say probably powerlifting.
Okay.
Just in my experience, hitting a 700-pound squat and then 3 days later trying to bench 350 plus, that's hard, and the pressure is hard. Whereas bodybuilding, you find ways to cope. You find ways to, deal with those hunger pains, and, take a lot of naps and find ways to distract yourself. And
I feel like it's when you have 700 pounds on your back, it's like, okay, one wrong move, I could die.
Yes.
With bodybuilding, some mornings you feel like you might die, but you know that you're just going to push it, good and bad days.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about your mindset too, because I've been seeing, we talked about your tattoo. So what has been getting you through this prep? What are the words? Share with everyone.
So something I live by, something I say to myself very often is, you promise. And that just gives me goosebumps just saying it. It's basically, it's honoring myself. You promised you were going to be the best. You promised you were going to follow the diet. You promised you were going to check every single box. And whenever I'm in those moments where I don't want to check that box, I don't want to get off the couch, I remind myself, you promised you would do this. I have it tattooed on me. I have it on sticky notes in my apartment. I have it in my car. I say it to myself often. I have keychains. It's just something that really, really helps get me through in those really tough times.
All that self-talk, yeah. And when did you start saying that to yourself?
This year, actually, I really kind of... this year is when that really blossomed into, what it is. I don't really know why. I just started.
Started one day and then you started putting Post-it notes everywhere?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And talk to us about, because a lot of people at your level, you work sometimes night shift at the hospital, right?
Yeah. So
how?
Trust me, I know. So my job, I'm a vascular interventional technologist. Big fancy name. We do minimally invasive surgery. So there are times where I am on emergency call overnight.
Okay.
So I will work a normal shift during the day, and then normal shift ends and call starts. So at that time, they can call me back in at any time for however long I work until the work's done. So I've had several sessions interrupted. I've gone to the gym, left the gym, gone back to the gym. I've gotten up at 2 a.m., gone to work, gotten up for cardio at 4:30. It's just, you just make it work.
You kept your promises.
Yeah.
I think that just goes to say, too, because I think some people think with bodybuilding prep that you need to be 100%, which, yes, you do.
Yeah.
But to some extent, some days you're going to have to leave the gym because you got, called in.
Yeah.
And that's something, have you adapted and got better at that? Because that's something personally, when I was a younger athlete, I thought if I wasn't 100% perfect, I failed.
Oh, yeah.
So talk us through how you changed your mindset about that.
Definitely as I've matured, because it would just eat me alive. Like if I didn't finish, 10 minutes of cardio because I had to go to work, that would eat me alive.
Yes.
But as I've matured, I've realized, and a coach said this to me once, I can't remember, a coach or someone said this to me, and it really helped. He said, don't step over dollars to pick up pennies.
I love that.
He's like, you're going to miss sleep to go do cardio. Which is more important here? The sleep. He's like, don't beat yourself up over 10 minutes of missed cardio. It's going to be okay.
Yeah. No, exactly.
You stressing is worse than you missing this 10 minutes of cardio.
Yes.
So that little saying really helped me in just maturing as an athlete and as a human being overall.
And lastly, I can't not do this interview and talk about your childhood. If people don't know you, when I first heard that, I think I met you like 4 years ago in Virginia at powerlifting, and I heard that, and I was just amazed because I had someone in middle school I knew that went through that, but they didn't grow up to be a professional athlete, one of the strongest women in the world.
Yeah.
So tell people what you went through.
So at the age of 4, at the age of 1, they found out I had a heart defect. So they repaired that. Thank God. And then at the age of 4, they found out I had kidney cancer. So I had a Wilms tumor around my right kidney. I underwent chemo, radiation, and then they eventually removed the tumor along with my right kidney. So I am a one-kidney athlete. I actually have I'm sure fans and judges have seen it, but I have a large scar across my abdomen because of that. But yeah, I'm very blessed. I'm very grateful.
Scars are battle wounds.
Yes, they are.
You got to keep your promises.
Yes, they are.
Okay, now kind of a fun question.
Yeah.
What color is your suit tomorrow?
I have
a surprise.
I know. I have multiple, and I was like, I put up a poll on Instagram, but it's lavender.
Okay, yeah, you look good in purple.
The one I wore, the one I wore at Olympia. It was too pretty to only wear once. So
awesome.
Lavender.
And what is kind of do you have a certain? I know you have that saying, keep your promises. Do you have a certain saying you're going to repeat to yourself tomorrow or anything? Because you seem like a very mentally strong athlete.
So right before I walk out on stage, I just kind of say to myself, like, let your passion flow. Like, fill that room with your passion, graceful posing, kind of just let it fill the room.
I love that. Yeah, and you can feel the passion. Yeah. I do something similar. I always, because I'm kind of bashful when I get on stage for some reason, but I always pretend there's like a pink light around me. And I'm like, I want them to feel my love. So I love the passion.
I love that. Feel my love. I love that.
I'll make sure I can feel your passion tomorrow.
That's
Any
awesome.
shout outs you want to give? Any coaches? What gym do you go to? I know you live in Vegas now.
Yeah, I'm
I can't
a Vegas
believe how long
girly.
it's been.
I know it's been, this December will be 2 years.
I feel like you just moved here, but
crazy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Trust me, I know. I'm like, holy crap, 2 years. I train at Dragon's Lair. I train at New Tech. I train at Strength Culture. I love all my gyms here. I know. I love all my gyms here in Las Vegas. Yeah.
What's your social media handle so people can follow you?
It's super simple, Hunter M. Henderson.
Yeah, she'll be tagged on here, so make sure you follow Hunter. I can't wait to see what she's going to do tomorrow.
Thank you.
And then I'm really excited for you to have some off time too to eat.
Yes,
Can
we
get food together?
need to go do something.
Yeah, let's go to It's Sushi.
Please.
We have to shake my hand and say
Please.
It's Sushi. Make it happen. And we'll video that too. Awesome. Thank you, Hunter.
Awesome.
Go get
Thank
your...
you.
How many more meals do you have today?
I have 3 left.
Okay, go get your next one, and I will see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Bye.